Hey everybody, it is Jeff here, and yes, I'm on live around 12:12. I think most people would not find that unusual for me. Just kind of giving an update with what's going on and everything. This week we will be doing fireside chat again. I got a special guest. Mike was supposed to be on last week, but due to a bunch of stuff coming up, he wasn't able to. So we will be doing fireside chat. We're also going to be doing trucker calls again. There's several Zooms we're doing. One of the things I try to do this time of year, and I'm finding myself having more difficulty doing it, is trying to go live every day, just trying to reach out to those that need it. But also, I also do things with business and with motivation. And my biggest point is if I didn't do anything at all in my mind, that one person that needed to hear it will never hear it. So I bring on other people during the fireside chats. I think this year, with everything that's going on, I think there's a lot of people that are they're hurting bad. In fact, suicide rates are up, according to certain polls and statistics. And for the most part, I do believe those polls and statistics because, like I said, holidays are some of the worst time of year, especially for military, but people in general. I myself, I go through my own situations all the time. But I'm always hoping that I can help people that situations aren't as bad as mine, if that makes sense. Social media just gave me a platform to try to, do what I can to help people and have my friends come on and help people and stuff like that. And I'm actually really honored and grateful because years ago we would never have this opportunity to be able to reach more people. I know in the military I know for years it was hard for different veterans to keep in touch with each other. You'd have to either write them, know their address, or know their phone number. If you didn't know any of those, you'd probably never see them again. But with social media, I think mine started with MySpace before Facebook. I didn't really get too involved with Facebook up until about 12 years ago. 11 years ago. Well, no. Gracie's 13. So about that. Anyway, I'm just using it as if somebody needs to see something. I do add a lot of military on here. Funny because I've actually had people, they see that I got 5,000 friends at all times. And I'm constantly having to go through and take those off and then add new for the people that are either no longer on Facebook or, for whatever reason. People have different reasons. But I think that I find it funny because I always thought it had to be adding more people all the time. I've actually come to find out that it's actually rare for somebody to drop off my page. So either they're just on there ignoring or I'm doing some good or something. I don't know. But I do like each and every one of you to know that you matter. But the holidays are here. You need to reach out to people. It doesn't matter what your religion, your creed, your culture, I know there's a lot of people upset about the elections, and I know there's a lot of people upset about the coronavirus. I know business owners right now are struggling really bad. And, we're kind of in turmoil right now, but it's nothing new for who we are. And I know a lot of people, they look at this as a doomsday scenario, but they forget that this isn't that bad. I mean, it's bad for people that need money. It's bad for people that have businesses, but there's been times in our history where things have been a lot worse, but people forget that. And one of the biggest things I'm afraid of is people, they're going to buy into this rhetoric where we need to get rid of our history. Now, they don't say it directly, but I see by taking down statues, by changing names, it's not a matter of injustice or racism. It's a matter of history, and how do we keep from repeating ourselves? That's what, unfortunately, that's how things go. So we always have to make sure to hold on to our history. Otherwise, it will repeat itself. And we will find ourselves, back into the same situation that hundreds of years ago when the United States came about, we're going to fall into. The one thing we never wanted was giving people too much power. But that's okay. But anyway, so this week we're doing fireside chats and a few other things. I know next year I'm going to do my best to actually travel to as many states as possible. I do have that as a goal. And I think I'll be traveling with one of my friends, Geronimo Redfeather. We're talking about it right now about going. I'm going to do it one way or the other. It's just nice to have friends, family, business partners to go with. Um, I'm just at a point right now to where it's time for me to get out of Dodge, and not for good. My family's here. But on the other hand, I think with the coronavirus and making everybody feel trapped, I'm in that same boat. I'm trapped with people that make illogical decisions on things, or idiotic decisions on things because they're not using the common sense because they're trapped. And if you're one of those people that are trapped, I hope that you understand that you're very important and that you matter. But if you do nothing at all about it, then you don't matter. You see, I understand that some people gave up or giving up. And all I'm asking is don't give up. Keep moving forward. The only time we fail is when we fail to try. I wish I could say I came up with that saying, but I'm not. And the only things to fear in life are what we put into our heads that cause that fear, and that, we need to stay in, into this comfort zone. But it's kind of like I've always been taught. A lot of people, they work. You know why they work? They work to make money. That's right. But they're making somebody else's dream come true. They're working to make somebody else money. They're working to put food on somebody else's table. And there's no job in the world that is secure. So we always have to do what's right for the right reasons. Keep pushing forward, going for a better job, maybe going for management. And all too often I see people, they get rejected just a couple times and they give up. Rejection is part of life. If we didn't have rejection, we wouldn't know acceptance. It's kind of like hate. We wouldn't know what love is without hate, We wouldn't know what the cold is without heat, or we wouldn't know what heat is without the cold. Everybody loves to breathe. Well, you're really going to hate it if you don't have air to breathe because you'll die. But we need to make sure we reach out to each other. And people are going to go through something at some point in their life. They're going to hit some hurdles they never thought they'd have to hit. Me, I always set the bar higher and higher for the hurdles I hit. It's just who I am, I guess. But each and every one of you has the chance and the opportunity to be a better person, to do more, to be more. God didn't put us on this earth to feel comfortable. I know that's a really weird situation to say. But we're put here because we have a purpose. And just because we do not know that purpose, or see that purpose, or feel that purpose, doesn't mean there is not one. Okay, so you don't believe in God. I got that. So cuddle up in a ball and die, I guess? We have to move forward. There's no right or wrong answers to anything, except when we do nothing is the only time there's an answer of you'll get nothing. I see so many people, they can spend $10, $20, $50, $100 on lottery tickets instead of investing that money back into themselves with books or education, or maybe buying materials or supplies to do crafts. I guess my business sense actually comes from my mom, and a lot of people don't know that. I have a lot of mentors out there that are outstanding, but when my dad was a factory worker, and when him and mom married and everything else, mom would sell baked goods. She did crafts, and then she sold those crafts. She did her part into making sure that we always had food on the table. And like I said, that's kind of where I get my business sense. You don't, just because just because something's going on doesn't mean you yourself cannot do something. I've been contacted by a few older friends lately, and I know they're going through struggles, but I also know that they are addicts, and that they're trying to play on my nice side just for I'd save money. I quit doing that a long time ago when I found out that a very good friend, they were so in deep with drugs and with alcohol and with depression and with hanging out with their crowd, and I didn't see it, and I sent them money and stuff. Well, a couple years later, that person ended up dying and I fed into that. And I kind of feel bad when people ask me for money, but I know where it's going. I mean, I understand people take me as stupid. But on the other hand, if they're your friends, they'll never get mad at you. If they're your friends, they'll get upset, but you're always going to be their friend. We need to start reaching out. We need to start doing things for not just others, but for ourselves. If we're happy, usually we can make other people happy. When we have confidence, we can make other people feel confident. But I also know that a lot of people, we're always, they go where they're celebrated, not tolerated. But when you go to somewhere you're tolerating, those people just want to pull you down. And they don't even know they're doing it. But that's just how it goes. And the only way to get away from that is do more, be a better person. Say please, thank you. Look at all the nurses right now and what they have to go through. When was the last time you thanked a nurse? Or put something on your page saying, hey, I just want you to know that you're appreciated. Even with my situations, I believe in law enforcement. I believe they're there for a good reason. Why? Because I was brought up around law enforcement as heroes. But I also know that, 1% are not heroes and they ruin it for the rest of the 99%. Just like in the Marine Corps, Marines are great, but you'll have a couple Marines that take it too far and they ruin it for the rest of us, because then we get a stigma, we get this stereotype. We get put into a box based on somebody else's actions. I don't have any regrets in life, but everything I've done is with my own mind, with who I am. I take responsibility for myself. And that's where I find that people need to do also. You need to take responsibility for yourself. If you don't, you'll never go anywhere. Always have to improve every single day. There's no such thing as quitting unless you make it a thing. There's no such thing as failure if you choose not to get back up and keep going. Fear is just that. Fear is what we put on ourselves. Fear is not dangerous. Fear is something we put on ourselves because we don't want to live outside our comfort zone. We don't want to, take those chances in life. And I'll tell you what, I've taken a lot of chances in life and I have failed miserably. And I've been on the edge many, many times. But without those failures, the success that I've had or currently gonna have would never come to fruition, because I chose to be in a comfort zone. I've also learned that some of the greatest friends I have today came because I chose to do what was hard. I chose to be a Marine. Yes, I did. I chose to open a nightclub. Yes, I chose to go to college. I made those decisions. However, they are my responsibility. And the things that I failed at, I take all, the responsibility in the world for it. Because I know that I can get back up and brush myself off. And I know some people are probably watching this like, this isn't as usual conversation, my usual way of thinking. But the reason why, and I haven't been on very much, is because some of my kryptonites in my life, I guess you could say, have been affected. I've been affected because people I love have been affected. Because the fight came to me. But because of that, that means I can still give people advice or mentoring or motivating them. Why? Because that's what I want for me. And because I'm going through it, I can understand what other people are going through. It's like that old saying, don't knock it till you try it. Or if you've never stepped in my shoes, you should not judge. Well, I have been in your shoes. I'm still in your shoes. One day I hope to look back and know that I made a difference. And by me making it, I have to make a difference to you. I have to, and it's not the weight of the world on me. I get that. But I'm the type of person that can do that. I can take on more than most people. And I'm just telling you, just take every day 1 foot in front of the other. Do one thing at a time. And if negativity goes in your head or things start to go bad, stop. Take a breath. Try something else. Go somewhere else. Do something else. Don't just sit there and, beat a dead horse. I don't know if there's a heaven or hell. I don't know, even if there's a God or whatever. But I'll tell you what, if you start thinking about it and all the people, that's a big task, And just because we don't know what's going on doesn't mean it's not going to be affected. Every day, know you matter. Every day, know that you're important. As a father, my daughter's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. In ways, she saved my life. Literally. And no matter what, she will always be my little girl. I will always love her. I will always care for her. It doesn't matter. It's just how it is. There's a lot of things I wish, like my mom, I wish I could have introduced my daughter to my mom. I wish she would have known her. However, if my mom was alive today, my butt would be bleeding. I don't know if my mom would ever approve of anything that I've done. I don't have to wonder that. My mom just always wanted me to be happy, and I want each and every one of you to be happy. And if you reach out to other people, they will be happy. It almost brought a tear to my eye the other day when my buddy Craig came to my house, and his mom, just out of blue, his mom made us brown bread, my Aunt Jan's recipe. Took me by a complete shock, I just thought it was one of the kindest things that somebody could have done. I wasn't expecting it. I knew nothing about it. But I don't think my buddy Craig even realized how much of effect that had on me in a positive way. Not only did, him and his mom want to do an act of kindness, but they also did something that me and my mom, they made brown bread. And it gave me a piece of my mom back. Like I said, you have to do better. We have to be better. We have to do what's right for the right reasons. The road to hell is paved with great, good intentions, right? Tell your friends and family you love them every day, because you don't know when it's going to be their last. Learn to forgive. But you got to forgive yourself first, or it won't matter. Be able to forgive anybody that's ever hurt you, and then move on. We can't, we're like the living dead, some people. They're not living because they're so worried about everything else. That's what you got to forgive yourself for. Forgive yourself for allowing things in your head that make no difference to anybody else other than you. To my Marine brethren out there, you guys have what it takes. Every one of you. We want you alive. Simple as that. We want you alive. Because you are important. Sometimes I feel like when I talk, it's like the old Sunscreen song. I don't know if you guys remember that. From 1998, 99. It goes all over everything. Just pulling things out of his butt. But the purpose of the Sunscreen song, at least in my eyes, was it doesn't matter what you do as long as you do something. It doesn't matter where you go as long as you're going somewhere. It doesn't matter who you help as long as you're helping someone. Then, one day, when we die, when you die or I die, we will die knowing that we did one act of kindness in our lives. We did one thing to make somebody else's life better. And in turn, that makes our lives better. I don't have regrets in life. I have many failures. And I don't want to dwell on the past of the things that were good or bad. Neither should you. Anyway, hope everybody's having a great Sunday evening. Starting tomorrow, we're going to get down to business. We're going to just really reach out to people. I've got work I got to do, so I'll be doing a lot of that. I got, there's all kinds of stuff that's coming up. I want to end the year good, and I want to go into 2021 to where at least I can shake your hand or at least tell you in person you're important no matter where you're from. That would be a really awesome thing. I know I can't get to everybody, but at least I can get to one or two. Don't give up on yourself. Don't let all the negativity get into your brain. Let the liars be liars. Let the fools be fools. Let the people that are ignorant and racist and sexist and all that stuff, let them be who they are. You're not going to change them. But you can change yourself, and you can change who you hang around. You can change who you have as your mentor. Because in the end, it's all on you. Like a teacher can only teach a child different things. They can't force them to do it, though. Lead a horse to water, can't make it drink. All right, I've babbled enough for tonight. JD, good luck with Wreaths Across America. I'm so proud of you for that. And I'm proud of each and every one of you that's watching this. But go out and make a difference. One person can make a difference. All right, everybody. I will see you all probably a little later. There's a lot of work we got to get done before Christmas to get everything set up for 2021. Know this. I love my dad. I love my daughter. I'm very proud of my daughter. There's nothing she can't do to not make me proud of her or not make me love her. There's a country music song about, I forgot what it is. All right. I won't bug anybody anymore. Have a good night, everybody. I'll talk with everybody soon.